Yo, only haters. We back. Jake Paul fought last night. Team USA headed to the FIBA World Cup soon. The NFL season is approaching. Still a couple NBA trade rumors, free agent guys who haven't found deals. We have a lot to talk about today. It is going to be a fun one. We're recording Sunday. It'll be out on Monday. Pierre, how you living this weekend?
I'm all right, bro. Better days ahead, but I'm all right.
Yeah, listen. Quick one up for Pierre. The car got chalked yesterday, so he's down bad. R.I.P. the Camaro. That's all I know.
Terrible
Tough
days.
days. Tough days.
Terrible days,
Deion,
bro.
how you living?
Chilling, fellas. Chilling.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Feels nice. Recording a little earlier today. Gotta get it out the way. Not up till midnight. It's gonna be a nice one. So let's start. Jake Paul fought Nate Diaz last night. Um, it was interesting. Nate, you could tell Nate's a fighter. He's got stamina. Towards the end, he started popping off, but Jake boxed circles around that man for 90% of the fight. I mean, it was entertaining because Nate got knocked down, kept getting back up. Like you've seen, if you've watched a Nate Diaz UFC fight before, that's what that man does. He gets hit and he just keeps getting back up. But in terms of the boxing for him, I don't know. There was times when bro was just walking around the ring. You could tell. I saw a tweet that was like Nate Diaz really in his I'm here for the bag stance. It looked like it sometimes. But Pierre, what'd you think? Because I mean, look, Jake can box, bro. Let's call it what it is.
It's evident. Call a spade for spade. The man can fight. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what we on at this point. Like, I feel like the hating is crazy because, like, you saw him fight Fury. You saw that was a close fight. At that point, everybody should have known, like, okay, he can hang. Nate already knew what it was with Nate. People acted like he was this banger in the UFC. Bro, most of his dubs came from submission. Let's keep it a stack. Anytime he stood in front of somebody and boxed, he got clapped. Go watch Jorge fight him. He got clapped a lot. So I know what it was with him. I was on there making jokes, memes. He got hit with the Velma pose. They had me crying. He was getting cooked. He was 8 walking around the ring, bro. Like, it is what it is. Jake won me some money.
Hey.
So I'm good.
Yeah.
Shout out Prospects, 0.5 knockdowns. Needed that. That was free. And they have it for every single one of his fights. I've taken it for every single one of his fights. And he is not 100% from the field. So
yeah.
Appreciate you, Jake.
Deion, what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think Nate like trained terribly hard, but Nate has been fighting for 20 years and he's more, I mean, he does decathlons now, right? Like that's the thing. He does fighting because he needs to make money. Probably don't know more, for being honest. But I mean, like, this was anything he does, whether it's in the octagon or a ring's more about the bag than his legacy that's already cemented. He's probably not going to win a belt that's already cemented. He's definitely not going to win a boxing world championship. So it's all for a paycheck. It looked like it. I think with Jake, he can box, right? And the thing is, he gets better every time. He's only been doing it for 3 years. So you can't prepare for a guy like that versus Nate Diaz. You have 20 years of film essentially to watch, including him sparring guys like Andre Ward in like his build up to some of the massive fights that he's had. So, I mean, I think obviously Jake can box, but Nate looked like a guy that just got startled a little bit. And then, so, the first round definitely didn't go his way. And then he took like 2 rounds off, and then you kind of saw him settle in. And when he settled in, it was a pretty good fight. Like he had his moments. He's not the boxer Jake Paul is. He just isn't. But
No,
Jake's in this weird area where I'm good off the MMA guys. I think Nate, maybe Connor, but Connor's really small. Are probably the only two that had a chance against him. I don't think Jorge stands a chance. There's no one else that really stands a chance. And for him to do what he did to Nate, it's like I'm not really gonna give a shit if his next fight's an MMA guy. And I'm be honest, I mean, the Tommy Fury rematch sells itself, given the loss. But other than Tommy Fury, you can't name a boxer that I necessarily want to see him fight. So give me the Tommy Fury fight, give me KSI, then bro needs to do something else, I think.
Yeah, see,
You
that's
can
what I
give
was
me
gonna
Connor too,
say.
though. I like
Yeah,
to see
no,
Connor
Connor
because
would
Connor
be
not
lit.
gonna play with him. He not gonna
But
play with him.
like Connor, you're gonna watch Connor do anything. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So like you could throw Connor in there, but Connor loses also. Like Connor loses also. He just does.
he'd have to
Uh
put on so much weight.
yeah, I mean steroids will do that.
He,
But
I say he already juicing.
yeah,
I
steroids.
ain't tripping.
But I don't think any of the MMA guys stand a chance. Like Nate is one of the better, like he doesn't kick in the octagon ever really. He'll do leg kicks, but I mean you're not gonna see Nate hit you with a head kick, right? So he's one of the better like pure strikers. He doesn't have knockout power. Like I don't think he's knocked anyone out cold. Maybe on the Ultimate Fighter, um, but the stamina, the jab, which he showcased, the straight right, which he showcases every fucking fight. Like he's one of the best pure strikers in the UFC, and outside of maybe 3 to 4 rounds, he looked like he shouldn't have been in there with Jake. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was rounds 6 to 10 really were the only ones where it was like it was entertaining. But that's what I was gonna say about Jake is he's in that gray area because he talks about how, he had that quote today about world champion by 2026, but like he's in that gray area. He's too good for the UFC guys and he's nowhere near good enough to fight actual top tier boxers. So it's like he's just going to keep fighting people for money and it's going to be hard for him. Like if he's actually trying to garner respect in the boxing community, it's going to be difficult because like you said, outside of Fury, the only names you could name that would sell fighting Jake Paul are people that he would literally get destroyed by in like 30 seconds. So it's
And like
like,
much smaller than him too, right? Like
yeah,
he mentioned Canelo. That's cute.
I like that though.
I'm gonna be
Man,
honest, I do too. But the
I
problem
like that.
is the reason I like it is Jake's 50 pounds heavier than Canelo. You know what I mean? Like Canelo soaking wet is a buck 80. Jake weighed 185 after cutting weight.
yeah,
Like that's why I like it because it's like, well, the whole notion that one punch could knock Canelo down, like, yeah, it could because this motherfucker is massive.
Yeah,
Like that,
I like that. It'd
not
be a
because I
good
actually
gauge
think
too.
Jake could
Like,
knock him down. He's
yeah,
huge. He's a monster human being compared to Canelo.
I think it's a good gauge of talent. Like, if he go out there, get washed by Canelo, that's what we expect because Canelo is undoubtedly great. If he hangs with Canelo, then we can see him fight more boxers because not many people can hang with Canelo. But if he them somehow, some way, possibly starts Canelo as the world would burn on fire. So I'd like it. He'll have options after that.
But see, the thing is Canelo's not going to do it because Canelo's fought. So Jake fights at cruiserweight. He fought Bivol at the weight class right below,
He
and
got whooped. He got whooped.
he was too small. Like he was legitimately too small. But we got to remember Canelo fought Floyd at 148. Like obviously he's a bigger human being now than he was when he fought, or maybe he fought him at 152. Either way, it was right around where Bud Crawford fights nowadays. Like Canelo is closer to fighting Bud and Spence than he is Jake Paul, like weight wise. You know what I mean? So I don't see why Canelo would do that because he's legitimately at a disadvantage that we've already seen when it comes to height and weight with him.
yeah, that's the problem. It's like there's not really anywhere Jake can go from here besides the Fury rematch. It's like he can't take the leap into fighting other boxers yet. So it's like I don't know. It's
Fury and KSI.
yeah.
It's just got to be those two. And while you're doing that, maybe you do Nate and MMA in between. And I mean, he'll get choked out in like 10 seconds. So it's like, he could fucking do that while still training to fight it. He could box the following weekend. You know what I mean? Like that thing's gonna be over so quickly, it's not gonna matter. Um, unless Nate reaches for an arm. That'd be the only thing. If Nate fucking reached for an arm, he would break Jake Paul's arm in like 2 seconds. That would be the only like he needs a clause where it's like all you can do is choke me out.
It will be in there because Jake smart, so it probably would be in there, bro. Jake
Because
is a
bro, if
crazy
Nate
businessman.
reaches for an arm or a leg, like he could do real damage to Jake. You know, like
Yeah,
not
somebody that ain't
permanent,
ever
but
felt nothing like that before. It's over with.
yeah, I mean, or you got to tap quick. You
Yeah,
know, like because I mean, he's talking about world champion by 2026. If Nate reaches for an arm, my boy, you're not fighting next year.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. So I don't know, but Tommy, KSI, and then like he has to hope someone else, like in the meantime of that, becomes popular enough for it to make sense.
hey, to be
Or
honest,
Tommy.
I'll throw a curveball in here. I'll throw a curveball, or he could possibly try to lure Ryan Garcia into fighting him. I would try that route. I mean, why not? Why would you not?
Too small.
He is too small. He is small as shit.
That's
But
that's the problem. It's just his weight. Like he's bigger
He's a big
than
dude.
any of the guys he wants to fight.
He's a big dude. I mean, the only dude I could think of, Badu Jack, but he ain't doing. Jake ain't doing that. Badu would kill him.
luckily,
Hey, bro.
boxers got hella pride. So like, even if they are small, they'll be like, or like they got hella pride in the sport. So they're like, okay, Jake's a joke, or they'll be like, okay, it really don't matter. I'll fuck him up anyway.
But they're not going to run the risk of like losing to a guy because of size. You know what I mean? Like if Ryan weighed a buck 60 and Jake was like, okay, fight me at 85, I think he would do that. We're talking about a guy that just fought at what, 40? Like 2 months ago? You know what I mean? Like if the weights were closer, I'm with you. But the weights of the dudes, like we think Jake should fight, it's like not even like I don't even like the commission wouldn't even sanction that. You know what I mean? Like that's the other thing.
Hey,
Exhibition it though, I guess,
An
because
exhibition,
Logan fought
yes, but
Floyd.
then
So
if you do an exhibition, that does nothing for Jake. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
in what Jake's trying to do, that accomplishes nothing
It,
really.
it's just weird. Like I don't know. I got to give him his flowers because the man. I mean, he can box, and then his brother, like,
He was
is
phenomenal
insane.
yesterday. Yeah,
Oh my
his brother is
god,
legitimately a world class like wrestler. I
he
think
is.
we're sitting here talking about what Jake can do next, and we don't know. There's no one in the WWE I don't think Logan can hang with at this point.
oh yeah, I was gonna
Like,
say, can we talk about
God,
the other brother?
he's
He
hey,
top
that
five.
Logan Paul Ricochet video is one of the craziest fucking things I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah, Logan's phenomenal, man.
like, dude,
He's insane.
he looks like he's been doing this shit for like 15 years. Like,
They're both world class athletes. It is what it is. Like I know no one really wants to admit that because they're YouTubers or Vine, TikTok, whatever the fuck it was they popped off on. But like you can be a world class athlete while having success in other fields. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
only 1% of athletes are pros.
there's plenty of there's plenty of non-professional athletes that are insane. I mean, if you just look at what those dudes were doing in high school, like, nah, they're. I mean, you can tell like the way that Logan's doing. I mean, the way he just bounces off the ropes, the backflips, the dude is just a pure athlete. I mean, he's just nuts. I mean, I, he's what this. I guess I would ask this question: what is more impressive, what Jake is doing in boxing or what Logan's doing in wrestling?
Logan.
For me, it's Jake because like he's in this weird area where he legitimately is too good for his own for his own self, right? Like for his own bank account, he is too good. And Logan, as impressive as what Logan's doing, I mean, and as phenomenal as he is, like there's just a lot more that he can do in what he's doing. And with Jake, it's like he's almost done too much. He's almost been too good.
Yeah,
So
it's
on my side, right? Because he did say Jake, I said Logan. So on my side, right? A lot of WWE guys are like real deal dickheads, real deal dickheads, bro. Like a lot of times they won't even work with guys, or they'll be like, you know what I'm saying, we don't like that a celebrity came over here and trying to do what we do. But Logan came in, he's had a match with the best wrestler in the company, Roman Reigns, in Saudi Arabia on the biggest stage other than WrestleMania, probably. He had a bit match against him. He's had a bunch of 4 to 5 star matches since he's been here. And it's just not only is he good in ring, he top 5 in ring. This man is probably top 10 on the mic. He does everything, bro. He's legitimately a crazy ass WWE superstar, bro. Like this, it's crazy to me. He gets crowd reaction crazy. Like when he first got to WWE, he was kind of like a border of a heel and a face. Now he's a full on heel. He's one of the best heels in the company already. Like this man is, they can really do shit with him. He could be a champion. He could carry the company if he wanted to. That's how I see it. But Jake, all respect to Jake though. Like you're boxing, you doing what you got to do, and I fuck with him. They
Logan
both doing
definitely
their
could.
thing.
Logan definitely could carry WWE. I agree with that.
no, that's just got to give a shout out to them both because it's actually insane what they're doing. So now let's talk some NBA offseason. Just two guys to hit on. One, Anthony Davis, not in contract totality, but in annuity, is the richest player in NBA history now, making 62 M's a year. Yeah, I mean, I get it. They're trying to build for the post LeBron era when AD is healthy. He's that guy. So Anthony Davis, 62 M's a year. How are you feeling? Because I know not much Bron time left. You guys had the time down. So how were you feeling when you saw the report?
I'm good, man, because quite frankly, I've been worried about this day for a long time. I was like, man, when Bron going, AD gonna be going, gonna be in the rabbit hole for a long time. The Lakers are finally committing to a team, and that's what I like. Because in recent past, we've had a different team year after year after year after year after year. Finally, we get the thing just settle down, have a plan, and I get to sit back and just and watch the plan. So I'm happy about it. You know what I'm saying? The money, whatever. You know what I'm saying? AD deserved to get a bag. It's cool. But we here, man. Couldn't be happier. Not even too much explaining. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I mean, it always makes sense for a team like LA to do that because Braun leaves. You've got AD locked up. You've got a lot of other young talent on the roster with Reeves, Rui, guys like that. And you're LA. It's never going to be hard for you to attract a star. So now Braun leaves. All you got to do is attract a star to come play with AD. Not going to be hard in the LA market. So, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Deion, do you think 62 M's for Anthony Davis is a worthy investment?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, I think he's top. I'm gonna say like 5 to 10 player in the league when he's healthy, and I think he's healthy more than he gets credit for, probably due to the amount of injuries he gets. But he's played more games than Cat or KD since he went to the Lakers. He's only played 30 less games than Embiid since he got to the Lakers. So yeah, the sheer volume in injuries is probably more than the other guys, but I mean, you're not going to not give all those dudes maxes. So I think you have to give AD one too.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it like in the playoffs when dude is healthy. I mean, I think you said this, Dion. You were like, damn, like, forgot how special AD was for a second. You start to see that man play, and you're like,
No, I said other people forget how special he is.
yeah,
Uh, I legitimately 5 to 10 player in the league when he's healthy. You know, if you do a top 10 ranking of players and you don't include games played and you don't have AD in that, you're just lying to yourself.
yeah. No, I mean, I honestly kind of feel that same way about Kawhi, if we're being real. Like, they both have to be top 10 in
The
a
80
way.
more than 80 more than
Oh,
Kawhi.
yeah.
Yeah.
AD's just he's just got that. He's just got that perfect mixture of today's NBA, where like he's so versatile defensively. He's not a great perimeter shooter, but in the mid range and the post, like he's just. And I mean, to be fair, he's always been doing that. Like, dude probably still has the greatest single college season we've maybe ever seen. Like, he's been that guy for
Long
a
time.
long time.
But
The other
it's
guy,
like Kawhi's injuries too, like just to speak on it too, like Kawhi's injuries are like affecting him as a player. Like AD's injuries don't really affect him as a player. They add up, they happen too often, all of that. But like Kawhi don't move the same way.
true. The knees are like
They gone. They
quite
rubbing.
literally cooked.
Them shit's
They're
rubbing together.
Yeah,
Bone
they're
on bone.
deteriorating, and it does suck. But I mean, it kind of goes into why a lot of teams were so hesitant to take Cam Whitmore, because like apparently he's got that same shit going on. But you know, yeah, that's a tricky injury to walk the line with. I do want to see both. I want to see Kawhi play a healthy season again, but we're past that point. Speaking of Kawhi, the Clippers, still James Harden's number one preferred destination. However, I'd like to talk about Harden because it's his market is pretty cooked, and it's now been announced that him and Daryl Morey's relationship is chalked, which is funny because Daryl Morey was with them in Houston, left to go to Philly, got Harden to Philly, and now they're at this point. I mean, nobody wants to pay an absurd price for Harden in a trade. And it's one of those things where Philly may end up having to go into the season with him. Um, like either of you, what is going to happen with James Harden? Like, is he going to be in Philly at the beginning of the year? Do they finally find a deal? Like, where are we at? Like, what happens with James Harden?
I feel like he might be stuck. And I feel like he's just not gonna play. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because it's like we ain't had no news on Harden this whole time, and now we forgot about this relationship being tarnished. So, like, yo, what can, like, realistically, what can happen? Right? Like, I don't even know the window. Like, how large is the window? How much time do they actually have to move James Harden and to find that common ground to take compensation and all that stuff? Like, what's the window? Deion is the window guy. You know what I'm saying? So, what's the window looking like?
I mean, it's only August. Season starts middle of October. You know, and trade deadline's February. Daryl Morey, we've seen doesn't mind like uncomfortable situations, right? We saw that in Houston, like with James Harden specifically. So I'm gonna say the window's the trade deadline. You know, as long as you can recoup assets for a guy that's gonna walk anyway, then that's your window. Um, you have nothing to lose in that situation. But moreover, I mean, it's just Dame. Like the moment Dame gets traded is when like Harden gets traded. No one's gonna trade for Dame before. I mean, no one's gonna trade for Harden while Dame's out there because if it falls apart with the Heat, based off the offers that the Heat have sent, like obviously the Clippers don't have a matching package, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, they have no shot to get Dame. So as long as you're same with Philly, why the hell would you move Harden when Harden's who you would need to get Dame, right? Like contractually. So nothing's gonna happen until Dame gets traded. Once that domino falls, I think you'll see Harden out of there.
Yeah, I just, I mean, it's one of those things where the Harden domino is an interesting one to fall, because if it does fall, then Embiid is not going to want to be in Philly. And if it doesn't fall,
Why not?
I just feel like, I mean, I just feel like without, depending on what they get back in a Harden deal, I just don't think Embiid's going to look at a roster with Maxey and Harris as his second and third options and think he has a chance to win.
I mean,
He's done it before, technically.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, Harden wasn't that good last year. Harden wasn't at Embiid's wedding. And I mean, Harden and Embiid don't really have a relationship. So I don't think Embiid's really going to give a shit, to be honest. And if you recoup anything for Harden, I mean, Maxey, Norm Powell, Harris, something, Embiid's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, yes, Harden choked in the playoffs per usual, but I mean, the Harden and Embiid pick and roll was pretty elite, and Harden, I'm pretty sure, led the league in assists last year. So
Mhm.
it's like I, I almost think I just think either way, if Harden leaves or if Harden stays. If Harden leaves, it really just depends on what they get back. If Harden stays, the Philly relationship with Embiid might be even worse. Then he really might want out if Harden's still in Philly. Like if they can't get a deal done. It's I don't know. I mean,
I don't think Embiid ain't going anywhere until he can reasonably get to New York or LA. And LA just committed to AD, so I don't think Embiid's going anywhere.
I I just hate it because Embiid is so good, and I just don't know if it's just insane to me that they've never even played in the conference finals. Like that just blows my mind. Like I just don't
Who
like
cares?
it's just I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Neither did Jokic prior to this year, right? Or he did it in the
I
bubble,
think
maybe?
he did, yeah.
In the bubble? Yeah. Who cares? It don't matter. Like at the end of the day, you got to win. Uh, whether you lose in the conference finals or the first round, you lost. So
No, I know that. I'm just like saying as a point to like the fact that they've never been out of the second round with Embiid as their best player. It's like, which I mean, to be fair, Kawhi did hit one of the craziest shots ever. If he doesn't hit that shot, like different story, but he did. So it's like I just I want to see. I guess I'm saying when do we start? I guess putting some of the blame and some of the question marks around Embiid. Like, how many other pieces can we put around Embiid before we get to the point where it's like maybe Embiid's the reason they're not winning?
I mean, it's running its course, right? Like I mean, he's not gonna win. Bigs don't win championships without being like the Jokic type. It's just not
Yeah,
gonna happen.
that's the biggest problem. Dude's never had more assists than turnovers in the playoffs. That is an insane stat. Like,
I don't even know, bro. I don't know if I feel like I can't really slide him and say he'll never win. Like I really don't. I mean, because if you want to keep it a G stack, there was a point in time I'm sitting here thinking Jokic would never win, and he just won. So I can't really count Embiid out of that stature yet. You know what I'm
I
saying? I feel
mean,
like that's kind of unfair.
it's not that he'll never win. I mean, I don't think he'll ever win. But the thing is it's not like with Jokic. Even this year, like things had to fall into place, right? You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. There was a ton of injuries. There was a ton of different situations. Like sometimes you need stuff to fall into place to win. If everything falls into place for Embiid, yeah, they could win. But like I'm saying, like pure basketball, nah.
no, see that's my thing is if Embiid wins, I don't think it'll be in Philly. It'll be when he leaves, like Deion saying to go to either New York or whatever big market he chooses to go to. That's when that's when he'll win. I just don't think. I mean, he's so talented, but you can't unless you were a distributor of the basketball like Jokic is, especially with Embiid, because if he gets doubled, he's due for like he's going to have 3 to 4 turnovers off of late double teams where he panics, throws it usually into the other team's hands or out of bounds. It's just it's hard, and then we have a guy like Harden beside him doesn't help because Harden's a bonehead. It's
Like, he
like
just Embiid's a quitter. So I mean, you can't win like that. When the going gets tough, you roll over, you quit. Like them type dudes don't win.
what if Embiid went to Golden State? Would he
He had his
fit?
chance already.
Yeah, wasn't that like a rumor at one point in time?
Yeah, he had a shot already.
I don't know
And
why he
Draymond
didn't.
probably would have punched him, and then
I
he'd
don't think
get
Ste- I don't
he'd
think
get
Steph.
scapegoated.
I don't think Steph wanted to play with him.
Yeah, I also feel like Embiid. The real reason to me, I don't think he'll win is because it's just like he cares about his personal accolades. Like the reason he stayed in Philly and the reason he was chalked in the playoffs this year is because he did not sit as many games because he wanted to win the MVP. That's why he's already injury prone, but that's why he was really cooked in the playoffs this year because his body was fatigued. And it's been said by so many people like they wanted him to win the MVP. He wanted to win the MVP. Like if you're putting personal MVPs over winning, you're not going to win. It's just that simple. Like,
He's a quitter. It is what it is. He quits.
yeah. Well, another team that seems like they've quit is USA because this roster is cooked. It's not really. USA is still hella talented. However, the difference in roster from what we're seeing now to what these teams used to be is it's jokes. I mean, I guess first, how many of these dudes that are on this roster, if we were going back to the days where it used to be like the 15 to 20 best guys in the league, how many of these dudes that are on this roster right now would even be on the squad? I mean, Ant Edwards.
I mean, it's the World Cup, though.
Yeah, no, but even then, like the World Cup teams used to at least attract like some of these dudes.
I mean, I'd say the bulk of these dudes can play on any World Cup roster, and then there's a handful that have no business being on the team. But like 7 to 8 of these, like Reeves would never be like probably shouldn't be on the team. Portis, probably Josh Hart probably shouldn't be on the team.
Hey, Deion. I mean, if you're gonna say that, don't start with AR though. You could have threw him third. Like, don't start with him.
Portis, Hart, Reeves, they shouldn't be on the World
Appreciate
Cup.
you, twin. Appreciate that, bro.
But like Jalen Brunson, who never should be on a Team USA Olympic roster, is pretty much he's a World Cup player. Like Ant currently is a World Cup player. Then the hope is that he uses this to take the next step to be on the Olympic team. Like Ant is the prototypical World Cup player. Like you bring in the younger guys who are about to make the massive leap into like superstardom. And Cam Johnson, though, no business being on this team. And he might start, I think.
See, that's my thing. The 2014 FIBA World Cup team. Here it is. Steph, Clay, D Rose, Rudy Gay, Kenneth Faried, DeRozan, Kyrie, DeMarcus Cousins, Harden, AD, Drummond, and Plumlee.
You said
Okay, but
you
you gotta
said
keep
Steph, you said 2014.
yeah,
Yeah.
2014.
Well,
You have to keep in
2015 Steph
mind
turned the corner. Really?
2014 Steph, that was like his second year being healthy. So he played in it because he didn't get to play in the Olympics in 2012 because of an injury. Clay was in his third year in the league, I want to say. Kyrie was in like his second or third year in the league. Drummond second or third. Like all those dudes are like the Ant Edwards like prototype, where it's like they're about to make the leap. But none of them dudes were like those are names, but none of them dudes were like dudes at that time.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at it. Maybe it's just a different in the talent gap in the league, but like who in the hell? Because even though they were young, AD and Boogie were already so good at that point. Like we knew USA and Steph, realistically, we knew the USA was winning gold. Like,
Yeah, I mean this USA, I think they're gonna win gold. I still think.
see,
I
I
still think
think that, but I'm just like at the same time, damn, Canada is kind of nice. I got to admit,
I don't think they're that good.
they're not. It's just
They got some. They got some dogs though. They got some.
But if
dogs.
you put that Canada roster in like a USA jersey, we're having a worse conversation than we're having right now.
Oh, I mean, yeah. See, that's the thing is that's what I'm getting at is the expectation. Like, you just don't expect, respectfully, Pierre, to see Reeves or Portis or any of those guys on a roster. Like, it just doesn't. And I mean, yeah, they might still win gold just because. All right, I do think Ant is elite. I think Ingram's really good. I think Brunson's good. I mean,
I
shit,
think
Tyrese Halliburton's.
Jaren at this very moment is better than I think is better than Boogie at least, and probably AD was in 2014.
Yeah, maybe. It's very possible. It's
I don't know,
Hey,
bro. I don't
what
know.
we're talking about, second year AD, third year AD?
third year because I think no, I'm
Going
trying to
into
think.
his third year. That'd be
Yeah.
going so we're realistically his second year, but like about to play his third season. Jaren
What is
just
that?
won Defensive Player of the Year this year. AD phenomenal. At the moment was phenomenal. This fucking US team would kill to have second year AD on the roster. Bobby Portis. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, we're looking at names and being like, yo, that was AD, that was Steph, that was Clay, that was Kyrie, that was all these guys. When it's like Jalen Brunson right now is better than Klay Thompson was in 2014. And Edwards right now is better than Klay Thompson was in 14. You know what I mean? Like Mikal Bridges right now is better than a lot of those dudes were in 2014.
See, I guess I'm just looking at it on the light of yes, but at the same time, that is leading into the season in which the Warriors won their first title. So obviously, they were both nice.
No, listen, the difference is this team has nothing like that version of Steph Curry. Like nothing remotely close to that version of Steph Curry. Like absolutely, that was MVP Steph. But the other dudes are very, very similar to this world, minus a handful of guys, the Cam Johnsons, Portis, Reeves, Hart. Yeah, no business being on the roster. But the other guys, like, are much more similar to that 2014 World Cup team or the 2018 World Cup team than like it sounds when you just say a bunch of names. Is all I'm saying.
No, yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, first off, we can all agree Ant is like clearly the best player on the team, right?
I mean, well, it's Jaren, but like Ant's going to be like on the
Yeah,
international stage,
like Ant is just
and
Nah, I'm gonna be honest.
Brunson's better
It's
than Ant.
no, sir.
Brunson's better than Ant.
I can't do that one. You
Today.
had me. You had me. Can't do that one.
Nah, right this very moment, yeah, Jalen Brunson's better. But like obviously Ant's gonna be way better though. That's the whole point of this. Like of this team is you take an Ant Edwards who like isn't as good as some of these guys. He spends a summer training with them, and all of a sudden, Ant's one of the best players in the world.
JK
yeah.
and Jaren, they 1A and 1B for me. It depends on the day.
Nah, see, I mean, I know he's toying with lineups, but that's what had me weak. Is we was talking about. All right, for those of you who don't know, they played the select team 2 times. Like the first day, they got beat by the select team twice. Ant didn't start. It was interesting lineup. Obviously, Kerr's just toying around. Pretty sure they played the select team again either today or yesterday, and they won both games. They changed the lineup around a little bit. So I guess, first off, got beef because how the hell are you not going to start Ant? Got me feeling like he's not starting Ant because they was up on that stage talking about the Commissioner Cup, and Ant said something about playing against Kerr because Kerr was up there. That shit was funny.
It's because Ant don't play defense.
That's true.
I could have told y'all like months ago. And I still don't think Ant's gonna start for Steve Kerr this summer. He don't play a lick of defense, and he don't really pass.
Yeah. But they won both games against the select team. So I guess that leads me to the last thing on Team USA. What would be y'all's 5? Like who would y'all start?
You said the select team?
Cause yeah, no, like the actual team. Cause it's a little hard. Like I could see cases for both Brunson or Halliburton to start. I guess it depends on what you're trying to do.
I wouldn't start Halliburton. Brunson, Brunson's an easy start for me. I'm gonna say Brunson, Mikal.
Because I would say Brunson, Ant, Mikal, Ingram, Jaren. That would be my 5.
I think I'd go Brunson, Mikal, and honestly Cam. and then Jaren.
I
Yeah,
respect the Cam play.
I think I would go. I think I would go with your lineup, JK. I would have to start Ingram. Shit, he really the only vet on that bitch. To be honest,
Jalen Brunson.
yeah, Brunson too, but damn.
Nah, I'm Jerry about to look like an absolute menace at the FIBA World Cup. He's about to look like a fucking.
I mean, the way you win internationally is 3 points and 3-pointer and defense, right? So Cam's 3 and D, Mikel's 3 and D, Brunson, you can get to play defense. Jaren's defensive player of the year, and then like you just hope Ant buys in a little bit, gets a couple steals and gets a couple dunks. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think that 5 is fast. It's probably their best defensive lineup, and everybody can shoot.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope they can actually, I think they will win gold. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
man, they probably gonna smoke. They probably gonna smoke.
yeah. It is funny.
Cam Johnson, who I think has no business being on the Team USA roster, would legitimately be one of the best players on Canada.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I mean, that's the funny thing is everyone like talks about the world catching up, and then you look at the rosters, and I'm like, all those rosters got like one dude, two. Canada's got more than one, but like you look at these other countries, they have like one dudes, two dudes, maybe
Canada
three.
got what? SGA,
Jamal Murray.
That's it.
Who else?
I say some people would consider RJ Barrett, but I don't really know.
But I will say, come like Olympics, when they get Wiggs in there, when they get a couple other guys, then it's going to be interesting.
Wiggs not going to play for them.
You don't think so?
Wiggs don't like basketball that much.
Yeah,
he's not going to play more basketball than it's necessary.
Damn, he said, "I love." He still want to play for his country, man.
He's never done it, so like I don't understand why people think all of a sudden he's going to start playing for Canada.
That's just insane to me. That
I saw that a lot. Everyone's
like,
"Oh, I can't believe Wiggs isn't playing." Like, bro, what?
Like, it's just that, like, at least once. This is just nuts.
That's
like, I can't believe
you at least got to get one out
once.
the way, right? Like,
never. He don't like basketball that much. Like, why do something extra that you don't enjoy doing in the first place?
Yeah,
that's a true story.
Shit, that might be most.
I don't think. Moreover, he ain't playing against Kerr. So as long as Kerr's the U.S. coach, I don't think Wiggs gonna play.
Yeah, Kerr would be in there playing mind games.
He's just not. The dude revived like Wiggs' career. Like the whole narrative behind Wiggins is like completely different than it was 2.5 years ago, even a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which was always funny because obviously he did take the leap and completely change, but Wiggs was never like that bad statistically. He just wasn't what he was supposed to be because he was trying to be a number 1 or number 2 option. He just needed to be in a different role.
Well, I think the like less a leap and more so no one thought he would play the role.
Yeah.
And it took a different team to get him to do it. And to be fair to everyone else in the league, like it's no guarantee that he would have done that for their team too. So like I'm not even disagreeing with their opinion on that.
Yeah. All right. So enough basketball talk. Football season is approaching. So we did the AFC and NFC North divisional breakdowns last couple weeks ago. It's a couple weeks ago. We're going to be bringing those every episode. So started in the North.
Woo, woo.
Now we're going to the South just for P, his Carolina Panthers. AFC and NFC South. We will start in the NFC just so I can let P get this shit off his chest. And yeah, I mean, I would like to preface whatever P is about to say. I do think the Panthers will win this division. I must admit. I think the division sucks, which is why I think the Panthers are going to win it. But Pierre, NFC South, how you feeling?
Realistically, look, I'm just gonna go state my case, team by team, I guess. Tampa Bay, let's keep it a stack, man. Y'all don't have a quarterback. It's Kyle Trask, Baker Mayfield. Y'all don't have a quarterback. Unfortunately for them, that's all they really need. Because when Brady left, the team's still intact. Still got your receivers, they're dogs. You got up and coming running backs. They're pretty good. The defense is still good, but you just can't win without a quarterback. I know this. I'm a Panthers fan. I watched it. So you're gonna get 6 to 8 wins, maybe less, 5 to 8 wins max. That's just how that's gonna happen.
You can get a couple Baker Mayfield specials too.
Yeah, you get a Baker, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of them against Carolina, bro. I just wouldn't be surprised. It's just how shit happens sometimes. But you're gonna have that. The Falcons. The Falcons are the most interesting case in the division. A lot of people have them high. Some people have them low. I have them low. That's me.
I don't buy the Falcons hype at all. That shit is insane to me.
I mean, Desmond Ridder, like, as far as what I've seen from training camp, it just ain't been pretty over there. Now, the Bijan thing, I was very high on Bijan. I hate he went to the Falcons. He will be that guy. I think he'll be really good. They have a crazy-ass offense. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan. The offensive line is a little retooled. They got Jesse Bates on the defense side. Unfortunately, Okuda just went down, so that sucks. They got injuries over there. AJ Terrell just about to come off an injury. He's a dog, though. They got pieces. Once again, your quarterback kind of buns. I mean, it is what it is. I think they'll have more wins than the Bucks. I'll give them wins from the 7 to 9 to 10 range. That's what I'm going with. I mean, we can go to the Saints. Now they actually do have a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So they got Derek Carr. He's, depending on what Derek Carr you get, he could be mid, he could be good, but he is a vet. He knows what he's doing. Kamara just got suspended for 3 games. Luckily, Carolina plays them week 2, so we won't see him first. So the receivers, injuries, they're old. Jarvis, Slant Boy, Michael Thomas. Like, the receivers are kind of cooked, but Olave's coming off a crazy rookie year, so he'll be nice. Defense is still pretty good. I think it's going to be between Carolina and the Saints to win the division. I think the Saints can get between 8 to 10 wins. 8 to 10, 8 to 11-ish wins, enough to win the division. Of course, we're going to talk about the Panthers, my favorite team. We got Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young, I'm very high on Bryce Young. I feel like everybody kind of, sort of, I mean, either depending on how you feel about his height, cool, whatever. I think he's a dog.
He's good. I think he's going to be good.
He's good. Make sure y'all go read on my FanFest takeaways. I saw him in person finally. He's a leader. You know what I'm saying? It's what we haven't had in Carolina for a long time. We've done a Russian roulette of quarterbacks for a long time. Our receiving core, I feel like it did take a hit not having DJ, but I feel like we have, for the first time in our receiving core, we got a collective guys that do different things, which is really good. Thielen is your sure hands.
I'm not sleeping on Jonathan Mingo. I promise you that.
I mean, I ain't got to see much of him in training camp, unfortunately, but Laviska is your Debo prototype. Chark is your deep threat. TMJ is your physical receiver. Like I said, Adam Thielen is your sure hands. The running backs are good. Chuba is put on, bro. Chuba is huge now. Like, I never thought he was overly good, but now, like, he put on that muscle to be a power back. That's good. Miles Sanders obviously had a really good season in Philly. Our offensive line is good. We won 7 games last year without a quarterback. I think we can get 10 wins and win the division. And my guess will be NFC South champions right there.
That's how I mean, look, you won 7 games last year. Your defense is elite. You easily, with a quarterback, win 2 more games, minimum.
Yeah.
The division's not good. You probably only need 9. You might only need 9 to win it, but I do think y'all go 10-7. I think
the schedule's trash.
The schedule
bad.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, you got to assume you lose a couple divisional games, but the Panthers could go 11-6 realistically. I like it though. I don't see a playoff run yet because Bryce Young is a rookie, but I'm a Bryce Young believer. I have been since.
To me, I feel like it depends on the dominoes, right? Like, okay, so if Carolina goes and plays in a wild card game where they have to go play, I mean, we played Minnesota early in the season, right? Could potentially lose that game. You could go play Minnesota in a wild card game, maybe get a dub, and then worst case scenario, you go play Philly, right? Probably. Then I feel like you get knocked off. But I feel like their ceiling is wild card win. Their floor is not the playoffs.
Yeah.
So to have a rookie quarterback, I'm fine with that. My only concerns about the Panthers is We don't have a pass rusher outside of Brian Burns, but they said they're going to maybe address that this week. Justin Houston's the name I'm hearing a lot. Old veteran dude, still got some production on him. It'll be cool. And the corners. Our corners always get hurt, and then we don't really have much depth at corner. That's really the only thing I see is wrong with Carolina and why the Saints could edge us out. Who knows? But that's how I'm feeling, bro. I mean, the South is what it is. Like, I kind of hate when people are like, yeah, it's trash. I mean, it is trash, but who wouldn't want to capitalize off that? Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, unfortunately for you, JK, now it's caught up to y'all, right? You know what I'm saying? Now the Patriots are in the hell division, but in years past, it was a trip. It was a ride. Who wouldn't want that?
I mean, I think the Bucks are going to go like 5-12. I think the Falcons will go like 6-11. And I think the Saints will go like 8-9 or 9-8. And then I think the Panthers will win the division 10-7.
Fortunately, you know what I'm saying? It's
Deion,
just real
how
fortunate.
much do you care about NFC South football, man?
Not a ton. I don't think the Panthers are going to win the division, by the way. Not because of a lack of talent. There's going to be a learning curve for Bryce Young. Like, he's going to start slow. The learning curve might take the whole season. Like, rookie quarterbacks don't just come out and like kill like that. The Saints are good. Derek Carr is better than what they had last year. He's obviously the best quarterback they've had since Breeze. So I think the Saints win the division. But I mean, the Panthers are set up for the future, right? Like that was the whole point in trading up for Bryce, is to get your guy, then you're going to build around him. And there's not a ton they have to build because of the guys like he was talking about. But I mean, in college, you saw the better the team he played, the worse he played against, the more speed they had, the lower his completion percentage was, the bigger they were, the more he struggled behind the line of scrimmage. I'm not saying he's not going to figure out, because I do believe in Bryce Young, but every single team he plays against this year is going to be Arkansas, is going to be Texas, is going to be Georgia level speed, athleticism, size, and bigger, stronger, faster. So I think there's going to be a learning curve there for him.
Yeah, I could see that. I just think it's definitely either. Like, it's not going to surprise me if the Saints win the division. The Bucks and the Falcons are terrible. Like, I mean, the Bucks wouldn't be if they had a QB, but I feel like Bryce Young will. I think the first 3 to 4 weeks will be a little rough, and then I don't think he's gonna like hit stride or be elite after those first 4 weeks or anything like that. I just think he has that. He just figures out shit. Like, he just figures out how to gain yards, how to get the ball in the end zone. Like, it was rough at times at Bama. They had their bad games, but usually if the ball was in his hands, like if Bama had needed to make a drive or had the ball last, most of the time he would execute.
He got it done.
He just has to me, he just has that, like, it might not be pretty, but he's gonna figure some shit out. But yeah, I mean, the Saints, Derek Carr, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna miss the Jameis Winston pregame speeches, not gonna lie.
I'm with Deion though a little bit. Like, I mean, obviously a rookie, so like there will be a learning curve. But on the flip spectrum, I think he'll start off pretty good because the schedule in the beginning is good. Then he'll hit that stump in the middle, and then maybe he closes the season out pretty well, because you start off with the Falcons and the Saints, which is cool. Like I said, the Saints don't have Kamara. They're going to be trying to figure shit out too. Let's not forget, also, I didn't even mention this. I think the Saints probably have the worst head coach in the league right now. Not going to lie. He's pretty fucking bad. So
keep in mind, though, yeah, agreed. But that's a dude that Derek Carr's already played for.
Which is true.
System. So yeah. the learning curve is not going to be like the same.
Right. It ain't gonna be significant.
Yeah.
But then I feel like Carolina has to then go play Seattle, Minnesota, Detroit. Obviously, Detroit's cool. They're scrappy shit. They got a bunch of problems in Detroit. And we ain't even gonna talk about Detroit. Who knows? And then you go play Miami. So then you can hit your stump there. But it's just like every team that I see on the schedule has their flaws and their problems. And it could be, I don't know. The learning curve might be as big as I think it will be. It could be bigger. It could be less. It's just something we got to find out. But the
It
Saints,
just
obviously, they're set up to win now. Like they can win now, which is pretty cool. But that's how
it
I'm
just
feeling.
depends, like, how much he's learning right now. And it's not so much learning, it's his deficiencies. Are they things you can move past, or is that just gonna be him? Because
Right.
if the inability to handle size, speed, and athleticism that he showed in college is just gonna be him, I mean, that's how you wind up drafting a bust. If it's something that he can learn from and get better from, then yeah, I don't think like it's going to
Yeah.
be a massive learning curve because he's been
Right.
doing it since what, April,
Yeah.
playing against guys that size. But I mean, you go down the list, like I know he threw under 50% against Arkansas this year. I know he threw under 50% against Georgia and Arkansas the previous year. The Texas game was bad too. Like the better the team he played, the worse the performance he had, which is fair. Like every single person is that way. The only reason I hesitate for him as a rookie is there. Yes, the Saints might not be that good of a team in comparison to who he's going to play in the middle of the schedule or later in the season. That defense is better than Georgia's defense.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
You got Cam
I
Jordan flying around. I'm
yeah,
good on that.
He's never seen anything like what he's going to face, even against the Falcons. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I
and
think
for him to already struggle, that does give me some hesitancies, specifically for this season.
Right.
Same way with Trevor Lawrence, right? Like
yep.
he had the same issue.
I I will say too, it also comes down to the OC and the coaching staff in general as well, because they like it's his first year. If they can find a way to simplify those issues and combat them, then it'll help him a lot until he gets into that point where he can do it on his own.
One
It'll
thing
come
I
down
do
to
think,
that
like,
too.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You can finish.
Like just
Apologize.
simplifying the playbook, giving him quick, easy reads, like not exactly what they did for Cam because Cam had his completely different set of flaws, but just finding ways to make it easier for Bryce is
Nah, they did it
another
for
key,
Cam.
I think.
They changed the whole shit for Cam. They changed the whole entire way they ran offense for Cam Newton. They simplified it so much to where everything you saw Cam's rookie year was deep shots and RPOs, all his strengths. That's what they did. One thing I like about Frank Wright right now, like in training camp, is he putting Bryce in different scenarios. He's calling things that are hard on him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's doing things, he's letting him make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? He's not protecting him. And that's what I like about it. I think the coaching staff we have, bro, they have over 100 years of coaching experience in the NFL alone. Like they should be bringing the best out of this man.
Yeah.
So hopefully it happens like that. But it's just one of the things we're going to have to see.
The thing about Bryce and Cam is like Cam has flaws within his football game. Bryce Young's flaws are all like stuff he has no control over.
Yeah,
It,
that's what I was
that's the thing.
that's what I was getting at is like it's easier to simplify it for Cam because he's fucking 6'6", 240 pounds.
Right.
Like whereas Bryce, you got to find like I think it's going to have to be a lot of screens, a lot of quick slant. Like it's going to have to be. I don't think there will be until later in the season a lot of deep drops, long routes on the route. Like I think it's going to have to be short just until he gets used to trying to see over the line. Like he's basically just going to have to do what Drew Brees did. I mean,
Just
that's
don't
basically what it
overcomplicate
comes
it, bro.
down to.
Don't overcomplicate shit. You have a good offensive line. You drafted your franchise left tackle last year. You got a Pro Bowl right tackle that you've had. The middle Corbett won a Super Bowl in LA. Bro, you got to go offensive line. You go sign a great running back from Philly. Bro, I mean, a great season last year for Philly. A lot of people don't like Miles. Miles is pretty good, like from last year's season alone. You go do your thing.
That was a stretch. That was a stretch.
It was. He did have a good season. You only had a good season in Philly last year?
It was all right.
It ain't like top 5 production. I never say top 5.
It's
or
not
top
top
10.
10. It's not
I,
top
like,
10.
I ain't never said that.
Is
But
it
you
even
gonna
top
do
15?
Nah, 15 crazy, bro. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know what he do last year.
He definitely had a top 10ish to 15ish season last year. If you wanna break it down and look at it. He had a good year.
Yeah. It was all right.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Read it out to me.
It's I mean, he had 4.9 yards per carry. That's pretty solid.
We good with that. Live.
Yeah.
Don't overcomplicate it. Live with it. Use your tools. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But the thing is like in terms of simplifying it, like I don't know if you have to simplify. Like he's incredibly smart. He has good arm talent. He can do all these things. He just can't handle pressure, and he can't necessarily fit throws into super, super tight windows because of his size.
Yeah.
If it's clear and open, he can do anything. But he's also fucking slow. So like the reality is a quarterback at his size, what you want to do is move the pocket and get him running out to the outside and get him throwing off the run. That way it opens up like the vision for him. That's not going to work because he can't fucking move.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, the Drew Brees thing, I like that idea, but the problem is one, they don't have Sean Payton. Two, they don't have Michael Thomas. Three, they don't have Alvin Kamara. And four, it took Drew Brees a hell of a long time to be that good.
Yeah.
And
See,
we're talking about like right now. So
that's my thing is like, I could see a Drew Brees. I mean, because that's his comparison. They're like the same size. Neither one of them is very like they could run if they had to, but they're not fast. And it's like,
right.
It's I don't know. It's all right.
You wish he was more of a Russell Wilson comparison, right?
Yes.
Yes. For his size, like Russell Wilson was able to step in right away and be good right away as a rookie. One, because he was like 30 years old, and two, because he was able to move outside the pocket, and that opened up everything. Russell Wilson from inside of the pocket his rookie year was about as pedestrian get.
Yeah.
And that's my fear for Bryce is Frank Wright always had quarterbacks that just sit in the fucking pocket. So that's his style. And two, Bryce Young has the talent of Andrew Luck, but is half the human being he is.
Yeah. All right. AFC South. This one will not be as hard to discuss. It's not a very good division. It is a fun division. The Titans now have D-Hop to go with Derrick Henry, but they still have very mediocre quarterback play. So that does not move me. I'm sorry. The Jaguars, to me, are 100% the team to beat in this division just because they definitely have the best quarterback. They were good last year. I mean, I just think Trevor Lawrence, I just think he's good.
He that dude, bro.
He's
I mean,
good.
you ain't got to hesitate. He that
And
dude.
then the Colts and the Texans are not going to be good, but they will be fun just to see which one of Stroud or Richardson figures it out or has a better rookie season. So yeah, I'll go first with this one. I think the Jags win the division. I don't think this is going to be a very high win total to win the division either. I think you're going to need 10, maybe 11. I'll say the Jags go 10-7. I think the Titans will go 10-7, but I think the Jags will have head-to-head. And then the Colts and the Texans is a toss-up. I think the Colts will be better because the Texans just don't have a good roster. I think the Colts will go like 5-12, and I think the Texans will go like 4-13. That's my guess. I don't know. AFC
The thing about
South,
the Texans, though, like they were really competitive in a lot of their games, bro. Last year, they were really competitive in a lot.
I also
of
think
games.
you want to talk about learning curves. I think CJ Stroud's got the opposite problem of Bryce Young. He up here, he gonna need a lot of a learning curve. He just be, especially from the things people have been saying in training camp and stuff, like mentally Bryce Young's got it. He's just small. CJ Stroud, it's like 6'3", probably really talented arm, insane level of talent in general. I just don't know if he's got it mentally. So they're gonna be struggling for two completely different reasons.
I mean, for me personally, like CJ's never had to struggle in college with talent groups. His receivers were dogs at all times. Like Ohio State had dogs at all times. Like really.
I mean, Bama got like 7 first-round pick receivers since
To be
Bryce Young.
fair,
Last year,
last year
Bama
was
Yeeks, though.
ass.
Bama was Yeeks last year. Like,
I don't
for
think it
real,
was.
for real.
I don't think it was as bad. It's that that's like kind of like the Team USA thing. It's not Bama per se.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, all I know, Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh my God, that man he's a different beast. But I mean, I look, CJ Stroud is insane. Like he's insanely talented. I think he's a risk taker. Like he loves to chuck the ball downfield. There's gonna be a couple times he chucks it downfield into like double, triple coverage, pick, stuff like that. I mean, I also just think the Texans roster sucks. Like I just don't think they're good. Like
I don't think it's OD terrible. I don't think it's like they're just young as fuck. That's all
yeah,
it is.
that's more what I mean. They're just
super young.
they could be good in 4 years, but like this year,
I'm ready to see what Will do, man. I don't like CJ's cool, but Will on the other side of the ball, I'm ready to see what Anderson do.
nah,
Because
he's good.
nuts. Like he's legitimately nuts as a player. I mean, Derek Stingley, if they figure out, I mean, they got a good coach. Defense should hang on for a lot of games. I mean, I think their ceiling could be 6 games. Like, I mean, maybe not like maybe 7 games. I don't really know what their schedule looks like. If their schedule's weak, then they can win 6 or 7. But I think they'll be okay. Like, they're not gonna make the playoffs or anything, but shit, they're not even gonna win their division. But I think they'll be okay. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah,
I think the Colts are gonna be dirt. They got too much shit going on. They got too much shit going on right now. They're gonna
the Colts they're both gonna be bad, I think.
You lose JT, it's clip, bro. I'm like, it's that's bad business right there. You lose JT.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I like Michael Pittman too, but
Michael Pittman, okay. I like Alec. I like all the dudes over there. I like the receivers for sure. But shit, the offensive line's pretty good when they healthy. They remind me of the Cowboys later. Like whenever Tyron Smith gets hurt a lot, Zach Martin will get hurt. Like they remind me of that type of situation. AR, who knows? I mean, shit. Some days he looks like a god. Some days I don't know what he'll have going on. And yeah, you lose JT, you lose that edge that you even had. So I don't really know, man. I think the Jags are gonna win. Like it ain't really a hard division to break down. Yeah, I think the Jags are gonna win it. The Titans could be cool, but
they won't.
It's nasty.
If there's one thing I'll never do, it's bet on a team that has Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
I think they should give Will a shot at some point. I think they probably will, maybe at some point, give him a shot. That'd be cool to see too. 3 rookie quarterbacks in one division would be hilarious football to watch. I think that should be pretty damn cool.
No, I think the Titans win this division. To be honest, I think.
You do?
Yeah, I like Hopkins, Henry. They got really good defense. Vrabel's one of my favorite coaches in the league. Good offensive line, and Tannehill's pretty good. I mean, he's nothing special, but I mean, he's done it a bunch. You know, you can win games with him. They're not going to do anything in the playoffs, but I think they win the division. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is like as good as he gets credit for, but maybe he takes another leap this year.
You gotta elaborate. You gotta break it down why you don't think he is good as people give him credit for. You can't just mic drop that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he just doesn't move me a ton. Like he gets a ton of credit. He's young. Young quarterbacks pretty much, specifically when they're white, like pretty much can do no wrong. Like, and I get that, but he gets talked like crazy. He had a solid season last year. They made the playoffs. So I understand that plays a part, but they made the playoffs because fucking Malik Willis had to play a couple games for Tannehill, right? Like that's why they made the playoffs, because Tannehill didn't play every game. Derrick Henry had some injuries too, so you don't have to worry about that. Or I don't like to think about injuries. So like I'm not gonna be like, well, Tannehill will get hurt or Derrick Henry will get hurt when it comes to this stuff. Assuming health, I think the Titans are a much, much, much better team than the Jaguars. Especially now that they got Hopkins too.
I mean, yeah, you look at that, but then you look at what the Jaguars got going on. Like, we can't forget how good Calvin Ridley was before he betted on teams.
Calvin Ridley is a good receiver. I mean, he's not as good as DeAndre Hopkins though.
No, he's not. But
It's more of the committee for them over there, though.
My problem is AJ Brown worked in Tennessee because of the type of receiver he was. He's a yak receiver. He's fast. He runs quick. Snappy routes. That is not D-Hop. D-Hop's got insane hands. He's a vertical threat. AJ Brown worked in a run-heavy scheme perfectly because he's quick. He's fast. They did a lot of screens, a lot of quick slants, and he was yak. He would get like 30 yards after catch, 50-yard gain. I just don't see a run-heavy team like the Titans actually going deep into the bag. And I love Vrabel. Like, obviously, shout out New England Patriots coaching tree. Not really coaching tree, but he played there.
Spitting,
like he's a defensive-minded coach, so I just don't see them going deep in the bag for D-Hop. And listen, the only real reason is because that's where receivers go to die. Andre Johnson, Julio Jones, D-Hop next on the list, unfortunately.
Randy old ass.
That's
but I mean
Hopkins fits Tannehill. Tannehill pushes the ball down the field to bigger receivers. He throws a lot of jump ball passes. The bulk of his interceptions are him like giving his receivers a chance. So he fits that. The slants that he runs are second to none. I mean, he probably has the best hands and routes of anybody in the league. So
I'll give you hands.
Like, what's the difference between this Titans offense and that Cardinals offense?
I mean,
ain't shit changed really. I mean, to be honest, to me, like the Titans will be solid though. I think they'll fight together. I just think the Jags will edge them out a little bit. But I do agree with everything you're saying pretty much. And I mean, shit, JK, they got Treylon Burks over there who is an AJ Brown type of big body type of receiver. So if he take his leap, him and D-Hop could make a really cool.
Look, I think like I obviously do not think AJ Brown is better than DeAndre Hopkins at all. I'm just saying,
like right now.
I don't think so. I mean,
oh no, brother.
AJ Brown's nice, but bro, DeAndre Hopkins. The only reason people saying that is because he didn't play the first 6 games of last year. Like when DeAndre Hopkins is healthy, and plus everything that was going on with the Cardinals, like. But I do think Kyler also fit D-Hop in a way, in the same way Deshaun did, because they're freelancers. Like they get out of the pocket, you hot route, change your route a little bit. They making plays out the pocket. That's what Tannehill's not going to do. Like he can run a little bit because he was a receiver in college and all that shit. But I just don't trust his arm when he's on the move out of the pocket. But at the end of the day, they got a man who's unstoppable running the football and an elite coach. So like they're always going to have a chance. It's that simple.
I mean, this team is basically all those Texans teams, right? Like obviously Deshaun's better than Tannehill, but DeAndre Hopkins is better than Arian Foster.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting though, because it's going to be completely different because the Titans play smash mouth. The Jaguars are more like a free flowing, Zay Jones had a great season last year. He'll be the number 3. Evan Ingram looked like he knew how to play football again. Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, ETN. It's going to be interesting. And they have
Christian Kirk is a dog for real. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's a dog. Hey,
they're going to win because they have 49ers legend JaMychal Hasty. That's the real reason.
I mean, I don't think ETN's that good either. So like they probably need.
Listen. Anytime we want to hate on Clemson players, I'm all for it. Fuck Travis Etienne.
He's all right, but like they're gonna.
You gonna drop him in fantasy though? I know that. JK.
Hell no.
But he's like a. That's the thing about the Jaguars. That's why I think like they're getting all this hype. Is they are a fantastic fantasy football team. Whether it's Lawrence, the receivers, ETN, who's going to be a PPR monster. This team is phenomenal for that. They're phenomenal for like daily also, but I mean, the Titans can beat you 30-something to 30-something. They can also beat you 6-0. I don't think the Jaguars can do that.
I think they'll split, and I genuinely do man, it's going to be interesting. I mean, both of them get 4 free wins basically, so that's going to be interesting. But
it's just more ways for the Titans to win to me.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's because Vrabel's good as shit. Like,
It's the defense and Derrick Henry too. You know what I mean? Like
They
but
beat
if
you
he can
down.
slow the game down the way they can,
it's one of those things. Vrabel really he reminds me a lot of Belichick for real because no matter what his personnel is, his defense is always elite. And no matter and if he has to chew clock, he'll chew clock. If he has to play fast, he'll like they just know how to win. It's just that simple. I mean,
yeah, they just don't care how they do it.
no,
They just want to win. And like
exactly.
they do a lot of winning under Vrabel with Tannehill as the quarterback. And obviously, Tannehill's not the reason for that. I'm just saying, like, this style that they're going to play this year is no different than the previous year when they've been doing a ton of winning already. The Jaguars are much better than they've been in a long time, and they deserve a lot of credit for that. But I still think they're just a little bit behind these dudes.
Yeah. So another NFL thing. This one's a little different. Pierre brought this up. Um, I'm pretty sure most people probably watched the quarterbacks show by now. There's also been a lot of rumors about who's going to be on season 2. So, Pierre, Deion, your dream season 2 quarterbacks 3. Who who are the 3 guys? Like,
I'm
because
gonna
I'll
treat
be
it. I'm gonna
honest,
treat it the same. I'm gonna treat it the same because like Mahomes was the top tier guy on the
and
show.
then they had like a
Kirk was
middle, yeah.
Kirk was like mid, and I'll have a Mariota down there. So I'm gonna treat it like that. I'm gonna treat it like that. But I'll let y'all.
I
If you,
mean,
let y'all go first.
you don't want to just do 3
Dogs.
dogs because I guess it would be I don't know. I mean, personally, I'd probably say Burrow just because I feel like it'd be interesting and entertaining as hell for Burrow to be like the good guy. The middle of the pack guy, honestly, I kind of want to say this might be insane. I kind of want to say Jimmy G just because of that man's
Bro,
like career path.
damn, we really the same twin.
And
That's all
then
I'm saying.
third, this one I want to do because he was a guy who was a high draft pick, had some good seasons, and he's still in the league, but he kind of hit the decline heavy at Mitchell Trubisky. He
Well,
would
I
be my
mean,
third.
I don't really want to watch a show about a backup though.
Well, I'm talking
He
like,
backing it up.
yeah, that's true. So you can't really do Trubisky. Maybe like, not God Almighty, Geno Smith would be good too, but he's not ass. Like he's
Nah,
not
you can do
good,
that
but
though.
he's not ass.
I mean, because next season will probably be 2 mid-level guys. Because they expected
Yeah,
Mariota to be mid-level, but he just got hurt and he didn't play that good. So they kind of expected him to be mid-level.
I'd say Geno then, just because the whole I ain't right back shit. It's,
That'd be a pretty solid show, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I like that.
So I didn't watch the show too much, to be honest. But I would say, I mean, give me Mahomes again, just because the moments I saw, like, it's funny how much he disrespects like defenses around the league. You know what I mean? It's like it's funny, like some of the narratives where it's like, I just run cover 2 against this guy. It was funny watching him like laugh at the idea of doing that. And laugh at the idea of like, you guys know how to stop me. I'm just gonna go win another Super Bowl. So give me Mahomes again. Uh Plus him and Kelsey are just entertaining ass dudes. Like they just are in everything that they do. So the more Kelsey Mahomes content, the better. Um I'm gonna take for the mid-level guy, give me Derek Carr. I think the
that's a good
Saints
one.
season is going to be incredibly interesting. Or Jared Goff. I think that the Lions season also is going to be pretty interesting. So like, give me one of those 2 guys for the mid-level guy, like the Kirk Cousins archetype. For the Mariota one, I I don't know if this counts, but give me either Daniel Jones or Brock Purdy because I think Purdy the whole Niners thing is going to be interesting this year because for one, I don't think it's a guarantee that Purdy's going to be the starter. Well, he will be week 1. I don't think it's a guarantee he's going to be a starter the whole season. And watching him navigate that, It's too late now. They haven't started filming yet, right?
No, I don't even think they
Nah,
have
probably
three
not. Well,
solidified yet.
actually, it might be filming right now, but we just don't know who the guys are. That's what they're
Well, it
saying.
would have been cool to watch him and Trey in camp. Let me put it like that. If they're still able to get content from that, that would be cool. And then Daniel Jones, I just think it'd be. This is probably the biggest year of his career. He already got the contract, so in his mind, it's not. But like, this is how you establish yourself in terms of getting the next contract. So that'd be fun to watch too.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm uh Brock Purdy, unfortunately. Shanahan apparently has a hard on for Sam Darnold, so that's going to be an interesting
Yeah, I don't know what
story
I
to
don't know what
track
the
as
hell
well.
I don't know what the hell he be doing.
Bruh, that man drops a new Sam Darnold quote every day. That shit's getting ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, I mean, coaches are hype men. At the end of the day, like that's what you're supposed to do.
That
That's
shit's
true.
insane. Um, Next week we'll have more NFL. We're gonna draft
Damn,
Super Bowl contending team next week.
I ain't gonna do my show.
No, we doing it.
I said
Just know.
I ain't gonna do my show. I ain't gonna do my quarterbacks.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do my quarterbacks.
I got so caught up.
They said fuck P show. Your shit gonna be
Yeah,
trash.
bro. Listen.
My show will be trash,
Your
huh?
show getting cut. Well, I already know you got some of the same ones as me because
Yeah, I mean, I thought Jimmy G would be a really cool idea. I mean, y'all took the top two upper echelon quarterbacks. He went back with Mahomes. You took Joe Burrow. So I'll just go in the middle and take Josh Allen and see his
yeah,
day-to-day preparations and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool, actually, because the more interviews I see of Josh Allen, bruh, actually funny as hell. Like he
Did
actually
you see
funny
the
as hell.
Room 41, bro?
Yeah, like he funny as hell. So I feel like it'd be cool to see him do what he got to do.
Bro, that
Like,
shit had me weak.
honorable mention, Lamar. Lamar would have been cool to see too, because I definitely
Lamar would be fun.
Yeah, Lamar would be a fun show. Mid-level, even if you consider this mid-level, I guess. I would like to see Stafford off the injury. And
No, I would count that.
You would count that? I would like to see
Yeah.
Stafford off the injury. I kind of just want to see him and McVay's dynamic a little bit more, like how they talk to each other. Like, what do they do? Like,
I'm gonna be honest, I don't count that one, P, but I love that. Like,
Okay.
I think to me, Stafford's a top 10 quarterback in the league.
No,
He's one of
yeah.
my favorite quarterbacks of all time.
I would say, had he not got hurt last year, no way I'm counting that. But just because he's coming off an injury, I would allow it.
Right.
No,
Okay.
it's a hell of a pick. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
Smooth. My last guy, I mean, he's not really, I mean, shit, to me, whatever. My Mariota guy, I guess that really wouldn't count either, but it just don't count, I guess. But I like coaching quarterback dynamics, bro. Russell Wilson and Sean Payton, what they would do, I would like to see what the Broncos are about to do. If I didn't do that, I would probably say Justin Fields, because I like Justin Fields a little bit. So I think
Especially after that
cool.
Nathaniel Hackett shit.
Yeah, I mean, Sean Payton talking a lot. He's been talking a lot. I mean, apparently, from what I'm hearing from old Seattle players, Russell Wilson's a character. I guess like nobody really fucks with him. I don't know. I want to see what he be doing, bro. I just want to see what Russell Wilson does.
I think I'd rather watch that dynamic on like the in-season Hard Knocks.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You
see
know
if
what
they
I
went
mean?
through adversity or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I would want to see how the whole team is reacting to Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, because like the thing about quarterbacks is like you didn't really get a ton of like everybody else. It was maybe like one or two players on the Chiefs. You obviously heard from fucking Kelsey,
right?
But I would want to see that. I want to see the whole Broncos team. Like they should be on Hard Knocks right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Dead ass. If I was to do ass of ass, not even like, or if I was to do like low level, I would go Jordan Love and the Packers and see what's up over there too. I think that would be pretty interesting as well. So
I would like to watch that one because I think the Packers are going to be way better than people think. That's the same reason.
Me too.
Same reason I like the Stafford pick is, bro, I think the Rams are like they could win the division. Same with Geno. I like the Geno pick for the same reason. Like I think both the Seahawks and Rams could win the NFC West, and not so much the Seahawks, but a ton of people are sleeping on the Rams. And I think watching McVay and Stafford kind of like shut people up potentially would be pretty funny.
The Stafford Cup connection is just one of those, like,
I don't know how bad Cup's injury is though, which sucks. I don't know how, like, that's a special dude right there though. Cooper Kupp is a special dude, bro. He's something serious. So that would be fun to watch Stafford, because Stafford really has been underrated all his career until he went to the Rams.
Yeah.
So Yeah, he's a fiery dude too, so it will be fun to watch him.
He's
But yeah, that's
also
something
like
coming.
he also literally plays through like every damn injury you could possibly think of. So for him to finally have an injury that he couldn't play through, it would be interesting to see. So
I bet you he wanted
next
to.
week,
I bet you they shut him down. They were just like, bro, it ain't even worth it, bro. We're not doing nothing this year. It's not even fucking worth it. Just go sit down. Enjoy your kids.
so next week we're gonna draft a Super Bowl contending team. Not gonna give away the details yet, but obviously, before we go, it's most hated time. There's a lot of things to hate on because it's been 2 weeks. Um, I got an interesting list, but I'm gonna let Deion go first because he ain't been on in 3 weeks, I think. So I got to see what he's been hating on lately.
I mean, I ain't got much. Um, I mean, I didn't watch the Steph Curry doc, so maybe that.
I didn't watch that either.
No, the Steph Curry rap video honorable mention for me.
Yeah, maybe that. I mean, Braun was at was it what is that dude's name?
Brent
Brent.
Fayez
Brent Fires
throwing up game signs at Brent
Yeah,
bro.
throwing up.
Fayez.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
you cried. That was OD though. I agree with that. That was like, I'm like, bro, you 40, dog.
Yeah, I mean that was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Ain't much. All the people saying that Bronny got a heart attack because of the vaccine, maybe.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
Oh
that was
yeah,
kind of crazy.
that was somebody's. That was your most hated last week, huh? Right? Most
Yes,
hated?
bro. That shit, bro. Cardiac arrest has been the leading cause and death of teenage athletes for like a million years.
Yeah,
Like I just
not the
like
vaccine.
if you think it's due to a vaccine, I know off rip you've never played a sport or you've never touched any type of basketball, baseball, football ever.
Yeah, I just feel bad for them. They live sad lives. And
Yeah.
that's not even me like, you know, saying like the vaccine's perfect. That's just an extreme thing to say. Like
Yeah.
there's normal conversations you can have about cardiac arrest amongst teenagers, about the vaccine, about Bronny, about everything. And then there's stuff that like if your name's behind that, like you really should question your like self as a human
Like,
being.
bro, using an 18-year-old kid having a cardiac arrest issue in basketball practice to push a vaccine narrative, it doesn't get much nastier than that. That's about as
Yeah,
nasty of work as you can get.
which is terrible. Bad business, bro.
It's bad business. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I ain't got too much to hate on, bro.
I really thought you were going to say Shanahan because I've been seeing all the quotes of the Sam Darnold shits from you.
Nah, I mean, bro, Shannon. Like the thing
He
about
should be
Shanny
used
is
to it,
like
bro. He should be used to that
the thing
shit.
about Shanny is like you can say you know what he thinks or you know what the Niners are thinking or all these different things, and bro, every single year, everyone's dead wrong about like what Shanahan's gonna do. So
Yeah.
like you know, I would like for him to get a real quarterback. I've come to the conclusion that's never gonna happen. That's the one thing I do know about Shanahan is he will never have a real quarterback. But other than that, bro, like everyone said we wanted Mac Jones. It was what 2 quarterbacks taken after Lance that weren't Mac Jones. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we did not want Mac Jones. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like that was never a thing. Like we took Solomon Thomas at 3. No one saw that coming. Like Ayuk at 11. No one saw that coming. Kinlaw, no one bro, like we don't fucking know what Shanahan's thinking. So I just try to stay away
Full
from that.
disclosure, I hope y'all don't pay Ayuk so he can be a Panther. I'm praying on that. He's a dog. He's
Yeah,
a
he's
dog.
crazy.
He's a dog.
I guess like maybe the only thing, there's a couple like Niners beat writers that are like discussing Purdy's struggles, and they're like, but he's going against the first team. When Trey was doing that last year and he struggled in camp, no one mentioned like how good our defense was, and we've had the best defense in the league for probably like 5 straight years. So obviously, I think Purdy is better than Trey, but that's just racism.
Yeah. Hey, 5 straight years might be a stretch though. New England's had a
2020,
couple years in there.
2020,
Yeah,
21,
probably
20.
since 2020.
That's 4, so 4 straight years then.
Well, yeah, this will be the fourth straight year, I suppose.
No, because Super Bowl, no playoffs, NFC Championship now. This will be the 5th year.
Yeah. Shit. I mean,
The boys raw over there at San Fran. Man.
yeah.
They
Like,
got
bro,
C-Mac with the sack, man. You know I'm gonna always root for my dog, C-Mac over
like, bro,
there.
like
So.
our starting quarterback is going to struggle in camp. Like, breaking news, they're going against the best fucking defense in the league. But to only bring it up for Purdy and not bring it up for Trey is like crazy to me.
Yeah.
Especially because Trey's getting first team snaps this offseason too, and he's not doing he's doing better than Purdy is. Shit's racism.
It's nasty work. And that there's a lot of teams, not a lot, but there's like 5 teams where you just can't even use training camp because the defense is so good.
I mean, bro, what the fuck? You got Nick Bosa barreling down your neck. Like, the hell? That's top of the top. That's same
Like
thing with
that-
the Steelers, I guess. Like,
especially when you look at it, it's like, bro, your quarterbacks already are not good. And it's not like then they're having to throw against the best defense. I mean, shit. Mac Jones already sucks. Of course, he doesn't look good in training camp against the Patriots defense because Belichick is cooking him. It's just,
I honestly, me personally, I can't even say Trey Lance sucks. He never got a fair chance. He went out there to die. He went out there in a monsoon game to die, and he got treated like a running back, and he got hurt. So, like, I can't even say he has. He never even got a chance.
I think he sucks because of how good he looks now. Like the improvements he's made are so drastic that he had to be fucking awful last year to be for this to be like the improvements. You know what I mean? And like that's not even me saying like, yo, this he's here. He's gonna be a phenomenal player. I doubt it. But the throwing motion, the way he sits in the pocket, how quick of a release he has now, it's like, bro, you had to have been fucking awful last year.
I do think he can be good though, for real. Like I think Trey Lance could still be very good. Pierre, what you got?
Paul Pierce, number one. Bro, why are you still trying to convince the world you better than D Wade? Nobody's going for that shit, bro. Nobody's going for that. Why are we still doing this? I don't understand that parade. That ain't even. I can't even go into detail about that shit.
I don't think he's that far off.
I don't either, bro.
Look,
the tweet was pretty accurate that he said about if him or T-Mac or Melo or any of those dudes would have had what D-Wade had, like, it's a different conversation.
Bro, that 2011 to 2014 like Heat team, in my opinion, failed expectations for one. And two, if you put Pierce on that team, you're telling me they don't get 2?
Oh, they do.
Which is cool.
I get 2.
It's cool. Like, yeah, I mean, you playing beside
like
Bron,
I would still take D-Wade all the time, obviously, but
that's what I'm saying, bro.
It's just like but people act like it's like here. It's more like here. Like,
I'm not tripping. Like, I don't like the comparison. Like, it's whatever. You can make comparisons. It's like, bro, give that shit up, bro.
Paul Pierce is an idiot. It's
bro,
just
it's
all there
been
is
like
to it.
he been trying to prove this for like 2-3 years, bro. Like, bro, nobody care anymore, bro. Like, y'all don't even play anymore.
Bro,
you
Paul
can't,
Pierce is an
it ain't even
idiot.
like you can close the gap, bro. You don't play. You don't fucking play no more. What's the point?
Now, I get being annoyed of him talking about it, but I think his argument is fair. And like, bro, like you put Clay on that fucking Heat team they went to. Like that team failed expectations. Like they had 4 years as the best team in the league by far, and they got 2. I mean, it was a failure.
Hey, I can agree with that.
Ray Allen, I guess prime Ray Allen wins 2 with that team.
Yeah.
And I think D-Wade's a much better player all time than Ray Allen because of Bron going to Miami, obviously.
Oh, yeah. PlayStation is also on there, JK. PlayStation 5, or really Sony. Man, we done had this console for about 3 years. Why the fuck? Well, we only got 2 exclusives now. What the fuck is going on? I could have bought a much cheaper console and played the same games. It's about to start playing over here. What the fuck going on? What is up? Spider-Man, I guess. That's it. What the fuck with my exclusives? What's going on? I ain't got nothing to play. Shit is trash. Video games are trash right now. And I'm going to go ahead and save it because I feel like Madden and 2K probably going to be my most hated in the future. Them probably going to be the same ass games. $100 for roster updates. Trash. Tired of that. Lastly, I had something else in the bag. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it, bro.
Hey,
Pretty much it.
I got some this week. First
It might
off,
come to me.
D Rose.
Yeah,
I
what the
know
fuck happened to D-Rose?
y'all had to have peeped that interview, bro.
No.
Oh my god. You gotta go watch it. Bro was talking about him and his boys, like it was like a rape case or something, and they like were gang banging some girl. Like it was like on a podcast talking about that. And then he was bragging about how, yeah, but after the lawsuit, she owed me 20 to 30K.
Yeah, I mean, he won.
I know, but like the way he was talking about it was crazy. Like it was
But
nasty.
I mean, obviously, only they know what happened. If someone falsely accused me of that, it was proven legally that they falsely accused me of that. I mean, I'm gonna brag too.
It was just, bro. It's like I gotta find the clip and send it to y'all. Like the way he was saying, it was like the way he worded it was so weird. There was something he said that made it most hated. I don't remember. Oh no, this is what it was. I remember now. They was like talking about, was it a train or something like that? He was like, I wouldn't consider it a train just because we wasn't all in the room. We was taking turns. And I was like, what the fuck?
Now she had that shit busted.
Like what
She
the
was going
hell,
crazy.
bruh?
She was
It
going
was like the
crazy.
way he described it was just mad weird. Second is an easy choice. Lizzo. Come on, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. That's like, do I even got to say anything, bro?
I mean, she tripping.
Like,
I still want to know who her man was on the Minnesota Vikings, you know what I'm saying, a couple years ago. I still haven't figured it out. So if anybody got
listen,
that, I need to know.
I just can't believe you got this whole image behind you. That's the problem, though. They don't give people the image based off of their personality. They give it to them based off of looks. There was plenty of big boned people that could have done a better job promoting body positivity than Lizzo. But they
Well,
just, she had what?
you gotta be talented too.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. She had the talent, she had the hits, but that's why you got to know what type of person you got representing a certain group of people. Because how you fat and fat shaming people? Come on.
She got money.
What'd
She got money.
Bruh,
What'd you say?
it has like apparently her dancers and like all her leader of creative development is coming out in a lawsuit that she would literally always be like, y'all can't be in my background. Y'all need to cut weight. Y'all look fat as hell. And she would be like saying all this shit to them, and it's like,
Hey, JK, it's a difference between being fat and rich and fat and broke. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's a difference between being fat and talented and fat and like untalented. You know what I mean? Like she needs people behind her. She's just being honest. Like her backup dancers need to be in a certain amount of shape to dance the whole time because Lizzo ain't gonna be doing that much.
Hey man,
hey,
I ain't saying she right, but
nah,
hey,
the other
it's a
thing
difference.
was apparently it has something to do with like sexual harassment or assault. I don't know that much about that part, but I'm waiting on the actual like lawsuit to start so we can actually know what the hell going
She
on.
rapped about it already. She already flamed him months ago.
Apparently,
She got a bar that's hard as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
apparently they're gonna lose because the whatever dumbass council the dancers and shit are on. Let them go on TMZ and talk about it, and I watch that shit. That might be most hated too because their council fucked around and let them get cooked bad.
No, that's tough. I finally figured out my third one though. Tim Anderson, bro. You letting all my black brethren down, bro.
Bro
And
got slept.
in the history of baseball, I've never seen somebody get connected on and slept. In the history, bro. And you letting all my black, and you initiated the D up. You D'd up first and got
Jose
slept.
Ramirez threw a straight haymaker,
Hey,
bro.
that's all I heard.
That shit was so
Oh,
funny, bro.
Gone.
Actually, I got a most hated. It's all these white people that think Jamie Foxx was talking about Jews with his Instagram post where he talked about they killed Jesus. What are they gonna do to you? He's literally talking about his homies. Like he's talking about his
Bruh,
homie.
Jennifer Aniston is an idiot for that, bruh. Did y'all see
It's a
she was the
stupid tweet or post. He shouldn't have posted it, knowing how people get down nowadays. But like, bro is not talking like.
no, bro? Jennifer Aniston posted a
Yeah, what the
story.
fuck is wrong with her too?
I don't know, bro. She was talking about some. I will never support like, bro. That
But that
come
shit
on.
wasn't.
Yo,
First off,
I ain't gonna lie, Deion. You just had some breaking news. I didn't even know Jamie Foxx was awake. I ain't like
Okay,
I'm
bro.
not like see because I'm probably gonna get clipped and then like motherfuckers gonna be laughing, but like
Nah,
I ain't even know
bro.
bro's at the hospital. I ain't even know that.
bro, I'm just saying, like, I ain't here for
Posted out?
anti-Semitism, whatever, but like, but that's a crazy reach to go. They killed Jesus. What are they gonna do to you? And be like, yo, they talking about you. Like that is crazy. Unless there's more to the post than what I saw, in which case I apologize. But what I saw was him say they killed Jesus. What are they gonna do to you? And never once in my mind was like, yo, this fool talking about Israel. He talking about Jews. He like bro siding with Hitler. Like I've never. I don't know
Because
how you
like
go from point A to point B.
it wouldn't even make sense for him to do that. Like it just like I don't know. That shit was mad
It,
funny though. I'm not gonna lie.
it's also like crazy, like to think like just a bunch of Jews killed Jesus. Like they were the only ones there. Like they was the only ones that pulled up to that cross that day. Like it was a whole world there. Like
Nah, first off, the Romans are the ones who killed him, which so let's get a history lesson in. So
bro died for all of us. He
that's
didn't die for one group. Bro died for all of us. Like it's crazy. Like bro died. Yeah, bro. Jews did it. Like bro died. It's literally he died for all of us.
yeah, like bro had the
Hey,
Jews, the Romans. He had everybody out there, bro.
It's
Post-
literally more racist to me to take unless Jamie Foxx said more.
oh my
Unless
god.
bro like was talking like some Kyrie Kanye shit on the next post. To take
Oh
that
my
post and be
god.
like, yo, this is anti-Semitism, that's more racist than anything Jamie Foxx said.
Oh my
nah,
god.
that's crazy, bro. He said he died for all
He
of
died for
us.
all of it. I mean,
It's literally
but
died for all of us.
it's funny because he's so dead ass serious too. It's like, bro, that's what
Nah,
makes it
bro.
hilarious.
I just
Oh
can't, bro. I
my
can't
god.
stand that shit, bro. Because like they try to like turn like the Jewish community against the black community so much. And like within the Bible, obviously there
Some
is straight
static.
up beef. It's right, like it is what it is,
Some
bro.
static.
They was knocking us down just like everybody else was knocking us down. So there is that beef there, but like what else? 1700, 1800 years ago, too. Like, it's been a long time, boy. We got beef with a whole lot of other people since we had beef with the Jewish community, bro.
Yeah,
History
it's
repeats itself, I guess, man. I guess we just looping back around, making our
uh,
rounds.
Bro, that shit's crazy, bro. We done been through slavery. They they went through the Holocaust.
We made new ops to come back to the
Yeah,
old
bro.
ops.
Both parties got new people we got funk with, bro. Let us have our separate beefs now. We done moved on.
Oh my god. Nah, that's hit right there, man. Hey, for
nah.
real. That's breaking news. I did ask about JD was at the hospital. I was just asking about Jay Fox the other day because of that Tyrone movie. I was like,
Hey,
damn,
that
I was
shit's
like, wow.
fire.
I was like, was that the last movie he made, bro? Before he like was in his now he out here making posts. Appreciate that, Deion.
Oh,
Appreciate
bro.
Listen,
that.
So this is the Lizzo bar. She said I had to cut some hoes loose. Yeah, NDA, no loose lips. Now them hoes try to sue me, bitch. I don't give two shits.
Jesus
Hard,
She
valid.
Christ,
hard,
bro.
Only haters approved. Jay can't
bro.
take us
She
out,
hard.
man.
Hey,
I've never listened to like a song from her, but when I saw the post, I was like, oh, the quote's gonna be hilarious. I gotta see this. So I hit the quotes. I'm like, bro, that bar is hilarious. And that song's from like earlier this year, bro. She knew that shit was coming.
yeah, she knew. Well, listen, before I take us out, one last thing. People who talk at movie theaters, y'all the worst. I just want to let you know that. Like when you sit, they talk the whole movie, bro.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what? I got one more, bro. I'll let you finish, but I got one more now that you brought up movies.
We back.
I
We back.
went,
We back.
bro. It was this whole family taking up the whole row behind us, and the whole movie talk, talk, talk. It's like, bro, I promise you, if they wanted your commentary, they'd have casted you.
What movie were you
Oh
watching?
shit.
Hey, bro, I went to watch my guilty pleasure films, bro. The Meg 2. I love a good shitty shark movie.
I do love shark movies, bro.
Dude, no, there's something special about a shitty shark movie.
I love
bro.
all those. Piranha, Jaws. I love all those.
It's
movies.
like the acting is terrible, the scripts are corny, the stories are bad, but they are so funny, bro. Like they're hilarious.
I've never heard of it. That's why I gave that face.
It's Jason Statham fighting megalodons.
Yeah. But motherfucker, stay out the water. that's what I be getting about the plot, bro. Just stay out of the water. Like, why do y'all keep going in there fucking with it? Like, it perfectly describes like Caucasian people, bro. Like,
that was gonna be my last most hated, bro. These white people that done made Oppenheimer famous. Like, bro, how many movies are we gonna have where a white dude knocks down half a country? Bro, that's the that's all movie, it fucking is. The movie is fire.
They
threw a curveball because they like, yo, he didn't want to do it. Don't build the nuke then. You know what I mean? Don't build the nuke then.
Hey,
you built it for a reason.
Stay out the water. Don't build the nuke.
Should be the beef with the Germans then, because the only reason they started that shit was because Germany was finna pull up and nuke the whole world.
Hey, don't build the nuke if you don't want to drop it.
That's true,
simple, bro. They added an extra hour and a half onto that movie because bro's I don't want to do it no more. Then now they're like, oh, you a communist. Listen, brother, you built the damn thing. It ain't your problem no more. If they push the button, you ain't got control over that. You already did the deed.
Hey, we on movies. Let me throw my last one in. Then I guess Vin Diesel is a superhero in all Fast and Furious movies. I just watched Fast and Furious, the one from 2009, and where he was Letty died supposedly. Bro, I just seen bro get shot twice in the back by AR. Turn around, super punch dude, got in the car with Brian O'Connor and left the scene. Who is this? Who is
that man?
Dude?
Stomped on the pavement and split the highway in half. That's when I knew the Fast series was cooked.
Bro jumped from one side of the bridge on the highway to another to catch Letty. Superhero, Avenger.
That's another one. How many movies we gotta watch of motherfuckers in cars saving lives and shit, bro? I get it. Like, bro, come up with something new. That's why, bro. I saw the Barbie movie and I didn't want to watch it at first. I'm like, bro, this is gonna be stupid as fuck. It's gonna be a kids movie. And then they started to tell the story, and I'm like, oh, this is different.
No, that shit was funny,
at least
bro.
It's different. You know what I mean? There is no other movie like it out there. At least that's popular that I know of. But Oppenheimer, Fast and the Furious, it's literally 12 Fast and the Furious, maybe more. Oppenheimer is just some white dude killing folks. Like, there's 1,700 war movies where they do that.
Black Hawk Down, etc. More.
Hey, listen,
hey, JK,
hating on Oppenheimer the person straight, but that movie is good as hell.
Probably he. My lad, look, movie. One more
Fuck
movie.
That murderer. We should have traded him for BG. Is he still alive?
Oh my
Christopher
God.
Nolan is him in the direction.
Is Oppenheimer still alive or he dead?
I don't even know.
Great question.
If he's still alive, we should have sent him to Russia for Brittany.
There's no way he's still alive because he.
You want to know what else we get seeing, Deion? We get seeing the new leaders of the Avengers with him. Why the hell am I about to see? Why the hell am I about to see Shuri? First of all, Shang-Chi, my dog. I like him. And the new Cap. Bro, we getting packed up.
Marvel's
bro, we finna have Galactus come. Why are we sending these niggas? Why are we sending?
What are they gonna do the other Avengers didn't do? They gonna create an H-bomb? That's the only way it'd be different.
What are we
doing? We already done saved the universe once. Why we gotta do it again?
Nah, bro.
Universe fried. Now we're saving the multiverse, Deion. It's a little different.
When they
now we're saving the multiverse.
And that's why I be flaming folks that be like, oh, like all you do is watch sports, you don't watch movies. It's like, bro, I already know the ending of that movie. This game, yeah, I think it's gonna go this way. It might not. That's why they play. I could have told you how Oppenheimer went before it started.
Yeah, low key. I was going for the explosions.
Listen, they were saying that the new Avengers, like the Washington Wizards, that shit was crazy.
They ass.
They're terrible.
They ass. Like
the Wizards might be better. I might.
What
I might
they gonna do? The other ones didn't.
I might
like,
take
what
Kuzma
story
and
could
Poole.
they tell?
Bro, they not finna do nothing, bro. We don't even.
There's no story to tell, bro. We saw the story. We don't need to see it again.
Yeah,
it's clear.
Hey, they're gonna keep making that bread. But listen, that was a solid round of hating right there. It's nice to have Deion back in the building. Another episode done, completed. Keep hating. Y'all know the vibes. Stay safe out there. Until next week, only haters, we out.